Go, my darling. We
Oh,
are live.
hi. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the noon edition of West Virginia Pagan Day of Prayer.
Yes, in this segment, we're going to be talking about what we've been doing for the past year. We've been taking the hermit's path of withdrawing, and how that within prayer and meditation, people get the hermit card and they get, oh, okay, so I just don't go out on a Friday night. But the whole freaking world got the hermit card this year because it was that no, you withdraw and you take upon yourself and you look for enlightenment. Now, Miss Gwen, I've really seen this echo with you this year. What have you done with your year of the hermit?
Okay, so it started about a year ago, about March 1st, whenever I took it public, but it had really started around my birthday year before, which was my birthday's around Mabon. So about 2019, it was all like, all right, I got to do something. The way that my life is going is not beneficial to me. Something has to change. And then, of course, we went into COVID and everything shut down. And it's like, you know what? It's time. So I bought a couple shadow journals and I was going live, going through the meditations and talking about the questions, and then, giving openings for other people to interpret on their own. These are the questions, this is the book, but do the book with me, do the work. Right. So that worked out really well. And I'm actually drawing people toward me now since I have some shadow work experience. And so they're just coming out and they're like, I need something's got to change.
Right. And a lot has got to change. A lot has changed. And, people don't think it's prayer. We pray when we need something. No, you pray when you have a level of devotion, either every day or before your meals. You have to develop that spiritual practice, which is so important in shadow work, is having that spiritual foundation of, okay, this is what we're going to do. Every time I get in the car, I'm going to go, all right, Goddess, take the wheel and show me where I need to go. You'll end up at some interesting spots.
And it's not just simply about prayer. It's any type of ritualistic ceremony that you do, anything that you repeat every day, that is your prayer. That is your intention that you're putting out there.
I think a lot of people see when we come to a pagan day of prayer or prayer in general, they have to be in front of their altar, lighting candles and starting incense and doing a big old bonfire in your cauldron. You don't have to. You can your prayer can be 3 seconds, like, Goddess, I don't get where you're headed, but I'm following you. Or, taking time to withdraw in and do that deeper shadow work, that path of the hermit card there, to find that inner reflection and go, I just need to surrender this. I am done with this. This isn't serving me. Goddess, we plowed this field and we done a beautiful garden, and now it's fall and it's time to let it go. Or there's a plague and I need to do protection work and I need to shield my people and shield our community like we done last year. And then we done last year, because I find a lot of people sometimes when they take things to devotion or they take things to prayer in any religion, they don't like the answer no. And some goddesses, the Morrigan looks at you and goes, are you stupid? I ain't giving you that. No, you may not have an anathema the size to chop somebody's head off.
Brenda actually shared with me some shadow work tarot spreads that I'm going to be incorporating here pretty soon and testing out with my, should I say it? With my trauma and tarot over on TikTok.
Yes, so y'all guys, if you aren't watching Lady Gwendolyn's TikTok, you need to go watch her TikTok so you can see the shadow workings there. She does trauma and tarot about every day. I do 3 card spreads over there and angel messages and ascended masters. And then I make funny videos just because I like them. By the way, I did put up one for today, which was a prayer to the goddess caffeine. Later on, if I can find the prayer to the goddess nicotine, I will be posting that over there because Lord knows both of them have blessed me well and saved my ass from saying a few things. But at the top of at the opening, I made the statement: do witches pray, do druids pray, do Satanists pray, do anybody that is considered pagan pray. Of course we pray. We pray all the time. We do it in different ways, though. Your prayer may be going out into the yard and grounding yourself and going, all right, gods, I don't get what you're doing with that situation in there, but you're going to have to either give me strength or bail money. And that can be an honest prayer before you walk into a job. That can be an honest prayer. But looking at the path of the hermit, when we see the hermit appear in tarot, it is a time to withdraw, to do two things. One, withdraw, and two, go to your garden. Because hermits either went to the woods or were in the garden. If it was Victorian times, which is where the hermit card comes from, it was very fashionable to have a hermit live in your garden.
Wow.
And do things like entertain your guests with stories or go into prayer or meditation. So applying that to modern times, where do you see that happening? Where's a good path? When do you think that in situations that we need to be the hermit?
Well, a lot of people are, deal with social anxiety. It actually got a lot worse over COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people that was able to get out and function I hate to say the word normal, but on a regular basis, do standard, basic, everyday things like going to the grocery store, to the gas station, things like that. And now it's just it's put them into a place where even walking outside their door is crippling. But it's really given us a chance to appreciate what is most important in our lives right now.
Right,
And
which
I
is
think,
the root.
yeah.
And I think that your confidence mirrors your prayer life the same way your prayer life mirrors your confidence. Because sometimes you got to ask for strength. You've got to ask for the gods to give you that ability to just open your lips and talk. It's like today. We decided we are going to do this segment, in all honesty, this morning.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm like, okay, Tommy's not coming. No big deal. We can rock along. All right, gods, what saith is going to feel our ideas? And I looked at Gwen and I said, let's talk the hermit life we just went through and where we're headed to. And sometimes that's a simple prayer of, gods, whatever is on the platter, please let it be tasteful to me.
And keep in mind that you don't have to believe in the gods, goddess, or anything like that in order to pray. You can, a little pep talk, a little spoken word to yourself as a little reminder holds just as much weight as any prayer that you could say to any deity.
Right. And you don't have to say a specific deity. You can say universe. That's elements of air, elements of fire, elements of water. You can say whatever you want. What you're doing is you're sending a signal to the microcosm of the big energy above you to, hey, I need some help down here. That's all you're saying. How you do it doesn't matter. I don't know. I get really tired of rhyme and ritual. Sometimes my rhyme and ritual is just, all right, I'm done with that. Touche. All right, I need some of this. Touche. Done. Like, I am probably the most anti-ritual person because I get tired of, yes, we can do the high ritual, full 6-foot altar. I have some gorgeous pictures on, like, my Facebook pages and some of the group pages you guys are watching here. But I think that, and I think that sometimes people who come from other paths and come into a pagan path have a really bad taste in their mouth about prayer. And that's
Yeah.
part of that shadow work of seeing that all it is a conversation.
Yeah.
Conversation with whatever being you see is on the other side of that table.
And that's I think Tommy would have talked a lot about that. No, we miss you, Tommy. We love you. Know that you
Right.
had something come up today, but this was Tommy's slot about leading Christio-pagan rituals and stuff like that. So if you have any questions and you are on that path, you can absolutely go and give him a message, and he will help you any way you can.
Mm-hmm.
He just couldn't be here today. So it's hard whenever you come, like I do come from, it's not Catholic but a Methodist background, and then to come in, so you kind of already know how to pray, or even your nighttime prayers,
Yeah.
like children's nighttime prayers. That's just a little something, and even if you don't do anything like that, if you say something like that every night or whatever, then you're still keeping that connection going.
Well, and Wesley asked a good question. Do Wiccans believe that your life is a prayer? I doubt that. It's more so. It's an I am to the greater force there, of like, hey, need help. Hey, thank you for that help. Hey, can you like send me a little bit of sugar over here? My coffee's a little weak. And I'm doing this comedically because that's the way I teach, that's the way I talk about things. So moving into what's interesting is when you look at the tarot, is the card that follows the hermit path is the Wheel of Fortune. We right now do not know where we're headed. We don't know what 2021 is going to look like. We don't know what 2022 is going to look like. I've been fielding questions all week about Beltane Forest. It is not happening in 2021. Maybe in 2022 it'll be safe. We don't even know if we're doing Pagan Pride this way or if we're going to do what I call QVC Pagan Pride, which is right here at your desktop, or if we're going to be doing it in the park. And if we're going to be doing it in the park, it'll be lovely and great. Guess what? If we have to do it here, it'll be fine just here.
It'll be lovely and great either way.
But it's living on that faith that it will be what it needs to be.
Yeah.
And I've seen that a few times over the past 2 years. Last year, let's back it up. Before COVID, me, Gwen, me, everybody, we were like, where can we have Pagan? Where can we have this at? We've got to have this at the park. The airport expanded. That space is no longer available. That is the largest area in Charleston. Do you have this number? Can you call this ranger? Do you mind calling this person? The gods are going, no, no, no. Are you stupid? No. What happened literally 2 weeks after I made that after I came in and said, all right, guys, I've done my best. We have used every leader in the thing. Shut down.
They were telling you,
well,
this isn't the year.
This isn't the year. No, you need to go talk. I kept getting, take it to the altar, take it to the altar, take it to the altar. And, I work in my altar. My altar is behind me, altar is in front of me, You're
literally in your sacred space all the time.
Mm-hmm. Read that one for me.
Okay. So if your entities are answering your prayers, are they not also leading you to your next prayer by your response between the previous, as in the intelligent design?
See, I don't, and Weasley, I see where you're heading with this, and I can get with that in a viewpoint, but I don't take everything back to my goddess through prayer. I only take things to my goddess when I ain't got the answer. Mm-hmm. When I've done everything, ain't got it, can't fix it.
I mean, I think that, the way he's telling it is like the Greeks believe in the fates. Like
Hmm.
the fates have weaved everything.
Right.
So if you believe in the fates, then what need would you have for prayer, right? Because you just give it over to them and be like, whatever will be, right? There's
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
if
people who are like that.
right, and I get that, and I see that sign there, but at the same time, let's say that they're starting to spin gold for you, and that's very nice, and you like that, and you're happy with that. But then they're like, let's loosen this thread up a little bit, and let's throw in some, let's throw in a pandemic, and let's trim some threading here and go down a notch, and let's thread it here. And it's like, no, I don't like that. Can you give me a little bit more help? Tighten up on that threading there. I need a little bit more gold left back in there. I need a little bit this. I mean, because if you ever weaved or crocheted, you know how that thread can get threaded into something else that's threaded into something else, very much like the conversation we're having. But it's leading that phase. My view on prayer is it has its place,
Mm-hmm. I
but it
agree.
doesn't lead me to the next one because I'm not going more. My patron is the Morgan. Morgan, thank you for handling that argument and giving me your strength to get through that talk. But could you also I don't know, make sure that it hits 1,000 likes this week?
Mm-hmm.
My goddess will look at me and go, "What are you doing, child? That is not my job. You create your own world.
Mm-hmm.
I just oversee and help you with the stuff you have time to help me with."
Well, I don't think that we plan our next prayer.
Mm-mm.
I think it's just more instinctual,
Yeah,
you know. Just
yeah,
whenever we feel overwhelmed or that we just need a little bit of guidance or assistance, and our normal go-to people aren't around.
right.
A lot of people use prayer as a last resort.
Right. Now, that is a different prayer than devotion.
Hmm.
Some people hold devotion. I know one very lovely lady who has held devotion for over 20 years. 4 times a day she prays. Guess what? And I tell my students this when we're starting to study spellcraft. I tell them what the most powerful spell is that little Catholic lady, most likely Irish descent, or Italian, one of the two, just depends.
Hmm.
They both have that same statement of faith in the back of that Catholic cathedral, working that rosary every day, twice on Saturday and 3 times on Sunday for that grandchild or that car problem or that light bill or that this or that that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought I'd show you a devotion. And I do this one quite often. I've done this for our Nexus in bulk meeting. Matter of fact, I left the leaves are still in here.
Oh,
We're gonna
good.
do bay leaf. Let's get the Wheel of Fortune preloaded with some bets, shall we? Yes, Wheel of Fortune. Let's preload her with some bay leaves. Now, if you guys have never done a bay leaf ritual before, it is very simple. You need a cauldron. We are not dealing with or a fire pit. One of the two. If you're going to do it inside, like we're doing things today because it's a little windy, you need a good old fashioned cauldron. Cast iron's best, although I understand there's some beautiful clay ones out there. I don't recommend them for burning. They're more for bubbling. You need a sacred bick.
Yes.
You need some bay leaves. You can get these at the dollar store. The gods don't care where you buy your supplies from. Let's just make that clear.
Mhm.
There's some great Walmart witches out there. There's some great other ones out there.
You can absolutely witch on a dime.
Witch on a dime, witch on a penny, witch in your garden if you're good at it.
Yep.
And you need a pen. Don't matter. I use blue, I use silver, I use gold. You write your intention, your wish, your prayer on it. We will put health. Miss Gwendolyn, what do you want to come on the Wheel of Fortune this year for the community?
I just want some relief. That's all I want. We have all been so overwhelmed by death and health issues. I just want some relief for
Okay,
everybody.
so some relief. Well, now I this is one that people get kind of like, I don't want to talk about it. I think the pagans need some money. Like, I'm tired of broke ass pagans. We need
Yeah.
money. You know,
Yes.
we need some growth.
Don't say abundance unless you specify.
Oh no.
We learned that the hard way.
Well, of course. So you take your sacred pick, you light it up, and then you
Oh,
light it up.
oh. Okay, so we have our time of thanks. Those are certain times of the year. We have our celebrations of fertility, which we just had for the first day of spring. It's a day of fertility.
Mhm.
Our day of thanks and abundance, kind of like I'm assuming that you may not be pagan, so it would be like your Thanksgiving. So we have like 3 months of giving thanks and praising and appreciation and gratitude. And we don't do it just to ask for things, and we don't primarily ask for
Oh,
material things.
yes, we do ask for material things. Sorry, I'm gonna disagree there. We ask for material things, we're given material things. When we ask for things, we are given material things.
But we're not afraid to do the hard work to get it too. No, we
Mm-hmm.
don't. We don't just pray for it. We're not
No,
afraid to
we
work
get
for it
up and
either.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank. The goddess helps those that comes and helps themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We ask for material things, we ask for real things, we ask for health things, we ask for community things. But we get up and do the work ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Goddess gives you the way and the strength. Everything else is up to you.
Yeah.
And that's always aggravated me. And Wesley, I'm going to agree. I don't think she's that. No, we don't praise every day.
Well, some may privately, but
Yeah,
not in a ritualistic setting. You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah, very few people keep their altar every day.
Like how many people just every day say, "Thank you, goddess," numerous times a day.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
that's my
is that
thoughts on
the
it.
everyday pagan behavior? I don't feel so.
No, no,
No, I don't feel like that's so. We also don't Sunday witch every day.
no. I know. I don't feel the need for it.
Right. Furthermore, the Morgon's got more things to do.
I don't think you want to sit there and just receive messages all the time. That would have to get really annoying.
Right.
In the words of Byron,
Mm-hmm.
isn't there something better that you need to be doing with your time?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not saying that giving gratitude is not important, but saying, okay, yeah, I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah, we'll just let that one be. But anyway, no, we get up and we act. It's like you can light all the candles you want.
Yeah. I do have the candle lit from this morning.
Yes.
It is going. So right there it
Yes.
is.
But no, you can light all the candles you want. You can buy all the crystals and pack them around till you throw your neck out.
Unless you have a good connection with your spiritual or divine, then what good is a prayer?
Right.
If you're not giving and
You've got to
receiving
get up and
equally.
get moving too. Yeah, you can ask for all the strength in the world, but if you're just sitting there going, I can't, that ain't going to do nothing. The God's going to go, all right, well, you keep saying you can't.
I know, it's just like saying you can't help someone if they're not willing to help themselves. That
Exactly.
comes directly from them.
Mm-hmm. And staying within the rhythm and stuff. Okay, so we will have a lovely talk at 3:00 about devotional prayers. And we will be talking about the 7-day prayers.
Yes.
Yep.
Sounds interesting.
It'll be fun. So we will see you guys at 3. Bye.
Bye.